Welcome to Gunners Are Us, where we are positively Arsenal.
And that we are.
Wow.
It's been good. It's been good. North London is always red, but London is now red.
It's been painted red.
It's been painted red.
The big red door.
And on my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to ya. Happy birthday to ya.
Happy birthday. It's my birthday. And what a treat I got. 5-0 against Chelsea. The biggest victory over Chelsea in our history. And we went back top.
5-0. They replicated your age, 50.
I'm 50 today. I'm actually half of that. I've just turned 25. My hairline says that I might be 35, but my voice is telling you I'm 25.
Whoa.
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 This is it. But welcome to Gunners Are Us podcast, where we're positively Arsenal. This week on the show, we have 15 games to predict. The prediction league, I can tell you this, we're letting it roll over another week. So this time next week, we'll be telling you where everyone's at. So therefore,
I know where I'm at.
There is a 25 potential point swing.
Oh, maybe I'm not.
Yeah, as of next week. Oh. So to add the excitement, as it's getting to the end, we're leaving it 2 weeks. So that instead of it being like, oh, I've gained 1 on you, it might be I've gained 10 on you. Everything could change. But I can tell you, as of last week, Simon was on 130. Mm-hmm. I was on 136. Joe was on 145. So Joe's 9 ahead of me.
Only 9.
And I'm 6 ahead of Simon. Simon isn't here because tomorrow, no, I don't know the rest.
I love you tomorrow.
His show,
in
New York, is having its first night.
He's a busy.
He's a very
boy.
busy boy, but he still sends in his predictions, and I'm sure he'll be back. I think he's back at the end of May, so maybe the last game might have him on. And beyond that point, obviously, in the summer, we're going to be positively England. We're going to be doing transfers, pre-season, maybe get some interviews in, because we now got we've got connections now to Bob Wilson.
Yep.
That is a possibility.
That'd be good.
There was someone else that I can't remember who it is now. A James Gunner blog. So I'm looking to get some of these guys on over the summer to kind of review the season, preview the following season, whatever the time of the year it is. We'll have some special guests, like I think we got Bruno, the Man United fan, coming in this week. We've got Lewis of Elton Prince of WWE fame will be in the summer when we're positively England. We'll be getting a live podcast out in Orlando with him.
Yep.
So there's a lot of things to look forward to. And as always, we are live on TikTok. So please go follow our TikTok. If you're listening to on iTunes and Spotify, give us a 5-star review, and then open up your TikTok app, and then go give us a follow over there and like all the videos, do all that kind of stuff. Let your friends know that we need to download this podcast. And if you're watching on TikTok right now, which we do live every single week, 10 a.m. GMT, please go over to iTunes and Spotify, give us a 5-star review, and download every single episode, because it costs you nothing, but it makes our hearts full. And it's my birthday. So in TikTok, gift us a load of money, subscribe to our podcast, and make my day, please.
Tell you what, you need to join around 10 o'clock on TikTok, because this was popping off today.
So yeah, we're a little bit late starting the podcast. I don't know what time it is now. We're half an hour late starting the podcast because we were just in the mix. What does Craig David said?
Rewind.
When the crowd say Bo.
Arteta. Very
good. I didn't expect that. That's where it was going. No, you know, like a DJ, he says we're going to get in the mix, is it?
Yeah, Nick Grimshaw gets in the mix every now and then.
It's in the mix, isn't it?
Yeah,
okay.
I was in the mix. We're in the mix.
I was watching Ant and Deck's Takeaway the other day, and Craig David was on it.
Was he?
And he said, let's get in the mix. But I feel like he didn't say mix. There's another word. And it's really bothering me now. Hey, if it comes to me, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
So, last night, Emirates Stadium, ticketing problems, fire at the start, banners up, scarves up, North London forever. I was nervous. I was extremely nervous that game wasn't going to go how we really needed it to.
Arsenal-Chelsea is unpredictable.
It is, and obviously the Cole Palmer missing was a massive bonus for us, and it paid dividends. But there was a point last night. We started the lineup. Having Partey back, I think everyone agreed when we saw that lineup, we loved it.
Yeah.
The only one that we would all probably be like, oh, Was Martinelli maybe for Trossard?
Yeah.
But Trossard proved, again, dividends.
Very
Second time I
quickly.
said it. And again, when Anne Hathaway bigs you up like that, you're going to play different. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just facts now. And, you know.
We're Hollywood, baby.
And there's that woman that follows Chelsea. I forget her name. The one that fights Astrid Wet or something. I don't know. something like that. That's Chelsea's, fan club. We've got Anne Hathaway.
We've got Anne Hathaway. We've got Taylor Swift. We've got Chris Brown, Jay-Z, Beyonce. We got Benedict Cumberbatch.
The brothers all. We've got so many across the board. Dale Winton.
Hell yeah. Shout out.
Is Dale Winton's not with us?
Not with us anymore.
Shout out to Dale Winton. Like, supermarket sweep.
Heck yeah.
He was an Arsenal fan.
He was.
But
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner might be Anne Hathaway's up there. Taylor Swift's up there.
Robin Hood himself.
Nah, you're right.
I'm aging myself by saying that as well.
And if Bruno's in the chat, he hates it when we name celebrity fans because he thinks we're trying to get one up on him or something.
He'll hate Taylor Swift the most.
Yeah, because he's a big celebrity guy. I don't know if he's listening to this, so I'm just doing that just for. I want a reaction, but I don't know if I'm going to get it. Yeah, so we were watching it, and we saw Partey, Odegaard, and Rice midfield. We've been wanting this all year. We haven't been able to do it due to injury. We had it in the Community Shield. Then the first game of the season, if you remember, Partey started to play right back. Yeah. Gabriel wasn't in the team.
That feels like so long ago.
Yeah, and he was mucking about with it, and I don't like that. And it worries me that I think it's because he had the idea of Caicedo and Rice, and I think his plan was to replace Partey with Caicedo, but to play him as an inverted right back.
Yeah,
so that we either play Zinchenko in the inverts, Rice in the inverts, Timber in the inverts, or Caicedo in the inverts.
Yeah,
and he was trying to make Partey that. I think he might have learnt now over the year because obviously a whole year goes by. A young manager like that's going to learn so much.
Yeah,
I think Partey, not that I think he'll be with us next year, is a holding midfielder, and he's better than anyone in the world when he has someone as athletic as Rice next to him.
Yeah,
because when Rice can do the running for him, you're only getting the positives out of Partey, and we saw it instantly last night. That first goal was such a good example of what we've missed with Partey. This season, we've been very safe.
Yeah.
Very, what's the word that everyone's been using to describe Arsenal? It's not safety first, but it's kind of dominant. There's a word that they've been using that kind of safety over, going forward sometimes. Just make sure you don't concede and we'll win the game late.
Yeah.
He's the opposite of that. He's like, let's go score now.
Well, he gets the ball, moves forward. At the same time, Rice moves forward on that left-hand side. It's just a perfect...
Yeah. And last year, we had him and Zinchenko in the same team who both want to play the ball through the lines constantly. Whereas this year, we went from that to Rice and Kivior, essentially, or Tomiyasu, who don't want to play through the lines.
Yeah.
So when you go from that to that, naturally, everyone that's first half of the season, what do we all say? We don't look as free-flowing. We don't look like we're going forward, all these kind of things.
Yeah.
Because we lost 2 passes of the ball. Whereas now we've got one of them back, and it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
And that first goal, he turned and he just won. It was almost 2 touch. It was like touch, go. Gave it to Rice in the left 8 role. And Rice, since he's been in the left 8, hasn't had anyone that's going to really find him that quickly.
Yeah.
Jorginho is a smart player, but I mean, he's not going to do it quickly because he's very much safety first.
Yeah. Not as athletic as Partey.
No, and again, he does it because he knows that if he loses the ball there, he's not going to be able to get back.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to, put the team in jeopardy. But Rice did that. Partey did that. Got Rice. Rice got Trossard, and it's a goal.
Yeah.
That is the difference between the Villa game and this game. Because in the Villa game, if we had done that, I think we'd blow them away.
Yeah.
Instead, that first half, we were really good. We just never got the goal.
Yeah.
If we'd scored that goal and he didn't muck about with he brought Jesus in, Havertz went to 8, Rice went back. If we had played the same team, I reckon we would have won that Villa game, which is very frustrating, knowing, obviously that's not a guarantee, but you could feel it.
Is that not just managerial chess, though? Because I'm sure Arteta has his reasons for doing that in, let's say, the Villa game. And
something he's seen.
He saw something. But on the counter, shout out to what Emery's done there. Was it Emery countering what Arteta had seen and just outdone him?
Yeah, injury reports as well, we don't get to see.
Yeah.
So we don't know if Partey wasn't available. There's a lot we don't know. So again, it's all hindsight, and it's me being revisionist. But I say this: after we scored, we were talking when we were watching it. We were watching it last night together. I said to Joe, if we don't score a second here,
yeah,
this is one of those games we're going to lose 2-1.
It was 2 back and forth.
And then they started to get a foothold. They had a few chances. We also had chances. But that first half was 1-0 to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Could easily been 2-2. Could easily been 2-1 to them. It was almost similar to the Bayern first leg.
Yeah.
Where we should have blown them away, but we didn't, and we left them back in. They just didn't have the quality that Bayern do, where they got the 2 goals.
Yeah.
And then we were fighting for a draw, and that could easily happen last night. So, in hindsight, when you see 5-0, you go, oh, we smashed them. We did.
Yeah.
But it was so dependent on that goal.
And was that the Cole Palmer not being there as well? Like, was he that missing piece for Cole Palmer FC?
I do believe if Cole Palmer was playing last night, he might have got a goal in that gap. And the nerves would have crept in. The crowd would have started getting on people's backs.
Yeah.
It's the fine margins like that in football. And I think we were very much the beneficiary of a fine margin. And the second goal came, massive pressure to start the second half.
Yeah.
And again, similar to the first half, we're constantly getting in. Luckily, again, like the first half, we got an early goal.
Yeah.
And that, I think once the second goal went in, the immaturity of Chelsea showed.
Yeah.
They were not tracking. They were not running. They weren't at it. It was just basically Conor Gallagher trying his best in the middle to stop the flow, and he couldn't. So it was so important to get that second goal. Ben White gets 2 goals. Havertz gets 2 goals. Chelsea won't acknowledge Havertz's name on Twitter. Fantastic. He celebrates his goal to show his hatred for that team.
Yeah, he did. On the first one.
I think it's the fans. The fans never really liked him, even though he won a Champions League for them. And when he joined Arsenal, I think we've talked about in this podcast. All this year, we said every week we will talk about one of 2 things: a VAR or Havertz.
Yeah.
And I can tell you today we were talking about both of them. I think he's been a tremendous signing. He's got 12 goals in the league now, I believe, or 11.
Yeah.
I think I saw a stat last night. It was like, oh, he's got the same non-penalty goals as Cole Palmer this year. We need to stop talking about penalties or not. Being a good penalty taker is a talent.
It is.
And dealing with the pressure and dealing with the quality. If someone scores penalties, it's still a real goal.
Shout out Tony.
Yeah, I think that he scored 12, Palmer scored 20.
Yeah.
Palmer, but again, different players, different teams. I would rather be second or first in the league and have Havertz score 12 than have Cole Palmer score 20 and be 7th or 8th or 9th.
Yeah.
So I think Havertz is such a utility player. The fact he can play left back for Germany, he plays left 8 for us. He plays centre forward. I think his best position, by the way, for Arsenal is centre forward.
Yeah.
When he plays centre forward, we win games. When he plays left 8, we do not win games.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's him being bad at midfield. I think it's we don't have a centre forward as good as him doing what he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's the worry I have in the summer is we need to bring in a centre forward, a real striker.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be the perfect mix of Havertz and Jesus.
Yeah.
Or even just Havertz if he was really potent.
Yeah.
Because Jesus doesn't do what Havertz does, and he's not the strongest finisher. But I love watching Jesus. I don't want to lose Jesus. I think he could play anywhere across the front 3. He's a great utility man for that front 3.
He does things no one else can do. Very similar to Zinchenko. They both offer something that not many players in the world can offer.
And that's what I think we need in the summer is you keep Jesus, you offload Eddie. Jesus becomes the Eddie, but an Eddie that can play anywhere across the front 3 and not just down the middle. Jesus is great. He just shouldn't be the guy you rely on as your main number 9.
Yeah.
Because I think next year it's going to be the new striker or Havertz up front every game.
Yeah.
And if Havertz as a left 8 might be amazing next year if the forward up top holds the ball up and brings players in and also scores goals.
With the right combo,
Yeah, but if you get the wrong combo, I think it could be a situation where this time next year Havertz is also a number 9 and that forward that came in wasn't mixing.
Yeah.
So they got to get that right because there's going to be some teething problems like there was this year with bringing Havertz in. Like I said, first half of the season, everyone said, oh, we're rubbish going forward. We're okay defensively. Raya's not the right fit. And then we've had 15 games to start 2024.
Yeah.
Won 13, drawn 1, lost 1.
I like the fact.
And scored more goals than anyone in history in this spell.
Yeah.
And we need a forward. It's mad.
I like the fact the minute people started saying we needed a forward, everyone in the team started scoring. Like everyone, every player.
That's what I mean. Like even last year, we were a bit like it. I think we were the only team that had, I think it was like 6 players that had scored over 10 goals in the league or something. And we're heading that way now. I think Trossard's just peaked it. Havertz, Saka's a 1 away maybe. Ben White, by the way, he's on 4 goals in the Premier League.
Ben White is wild.
You know, and again, when you look at the Bundesliga and their fullbacks, they both got 10 goals, 10 assists this season. It's absolutely mad the way in which football's going that can happen.
I don't think I've enjoyed a goal more in a long time than that second Ben White goal last night.
I think as far as London pride and wanting to beat the London team.
Yeah.
And by the way, 3 London derbies in a row, we've won 5-0. That's never been done.
London is red.
London has to be red, right? At this point. In the chat, we've also got predictions for Spurs Arsenal. We're going to get to that because we've got the prediction league coming up. We're going to predict all the games this weekend, plus the ones tonight, tomorrow. There's a lot to get to. We've got 15 games to predict.
It's coming thick and fast. Yeah. Again,
yeah. Guess what? In 4 weeks' time, there'll be no games to predict.
It's going to be weird. Like, we haven't done this.
We've not done a podcast through the summer yet.
Without a season happening.
Yeah, the first episode was the week before Forest, first day of the season.
Yeah.
So, as far as the performance, very happy with it. I think there was the benefits that Partey brings. There's definitely a chaotic part of it that brings chances to the other team. And I don't know if it's what he does. I don't know if it's because he's too direct. I don't know if it's maybe the athleticism is not quite there anymore for him. So I don't know if next year we need a Partey with a bit more legs.
Yeah.
But to find that is very hard. It's, I think he's so good at holding DM.
Yeah.
That it's like saying, we're losing Haaland. Let's find a better, like another forward this good.
Yeah.
You're not going to. You're going to have to find something different.
Yeah.
I think Rice is close, but he is more safety first. He will go side to side. And seeing him in that left 8, he could be the left 8.
Yeah.
I know we're looking at Bruno Guimaraes. We're looking at Frankie de Jong, a true left 8.
Yeah.
But Rice might be the left 8 if we can find a DM that's as good as a Partey. Or is Partey staying for another year? So. We don't know. So, therefore we have those options. So you bring in, instead of getting a DM, you bring in Bruno Guimaraes. And then Rice plays with him and Odegaard.
Yeah.
But then when he's not playing, Rice goes left 8 and Partey comes in.
Yeah.
And if Partey's not fit, Jorginho comes in. But then Rice does that. Havertz comes in as left 8 and Rice is the 6. And then there's the new centre forward that's playing. So I think we need more options in there. And I think we need people that Arteta trusts enough to replace Odegaard at times.
Yeah.
Odegaard had one of his best games of all time last night.
Yeah.
But you do worry that the jump from him down is really worrying.
Oh, the minute he's not playing, we have to play like Vieira or like Smith Rowe there. It's not the same.
Other than him, it's only the centre-backs that I think if they came out of the team, we would panic.
Yeah.
Because, if Saka comes out and Jesus goes out right, we're not like, we're going to lose.
Yeah.
If Havertz isn't playing and Jesus plays up top or the other way around, we're like, that's fine. If it left Trossard and Martinelli, it's interchangeable. Rice, Partey, Jorginho, any of these guys, Smith Rowe, we feel fine.
Yeah.
Left back, we have multiple choices. Right back, multiple choices. Goalie, we have the 2 choices that are good. The centre backs. If someone said at the weekend Gabriel wasn't playing, we'd all be panicked.
Yeah.
Other than Odegaard, I don't think Gabriel, Saliba, and Odegaard, that's where we need more options.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the only place where we'd all panic that we're definitely getting worse if they were missing.
Yeah, it's hard to find people that are at the level of Saliba and Gabriel. Like, I know Timber, Tomiyasu, White could probably all do it, but
I think Timber's the one.
But I think, he's the closest I can imagine to the athleticism, the strength, the knowledge.
Yeah.
But there's I don't think there's many defenders in the world or football that are close to what Saliba and Gabriel do.
In the group, we've got Lewis Thompson. Arsenal were class yesterday. #LFC. So he's an LFC fan. They were really good. And that's the... Do you know what I quite like about the title race this year? There's not really any bad blood between the 3 teams.
No.
It's just who is going to end up being the best.
It's a proper battle. I like it.
Yeah. Michael Wood said 4-head TV. We had a bit of this today. It's not 4-head. It's a 5-head. You're getting it wrong.
4.5 maybe?
Yeah. Mine's a 5.
Maybe in the corners a 6, I don't know.
But I thought I saw the name Scott then, and that's so weird it wasn't there.
You've entered the chat.
I just saw my own name. So as far as the result and people dancing in the crowd,
that vibe after that game was unreal.
It was a hell of a vibe in the Emirates. It was just a good night, and I'm happy. It was one of those that we haven't got to enjoy a game for a few, maybe a month.
Yeah,
we had a bad month, and plus the other games were so tight that it was panicked.
Yeah.
Last night you could actually, by the time it got to like 55, 60 minutes, it was just fun to watch it.
Yeah. You could sit back and relax.
Louis, I'm a City fan. I don't love Arsenal. but I certainly respect them. Could go anyway. Exactly. That. Yeah, that's what I mean. But this title race is one of those that the best team will win it.
Yeah.
Because they'll have enough to just win out.
Yeah.
And again, if all three win out and City win it by 2 points, it's because Arsenal weren't good enough to beat Villa that day.
Yeah.
That's what it'll come down to. Yeah. And again, I don't mind losing a league where there's no, I know Liverpool have the horrible VAR decision. We've had a couple that have been like the Villa game, the Newcastle game. I still can't believe that was a goal. But I think there's enough that times passed. Like the Liverpool game, they had a goal disallowed, blah, blah, blah. They were down to 10 men.
Yeah.
They went down to 9. They probably would have ended up losing that game, even though it was a draw.
Yeah.
So, they would have gained back a point. Still not enough to win the league. Again, momentum is a funny thing, but it was so long ago. Like Arsenal, in the run-in last year, we had a goal like Liverpool's this year against Brentford, and we lost 2 points.
Yeah.
That was massive. That was crucial going into that. We don't talk about it now. We just talk about the fact that we bowled it. We started to lose to Southampton, West Ham, or draw to them.
Yeah.
But as an Arsenal fan, we know that Brentford game really started that, where a ghost goal it happened. So what's nice about this year is I think people can't argue VAR. It's going to be the best team will win the league.
Yeah. At this point.
And if it's not us, it's not us. It's no one's going to bottle the year this year. No one's bottling a league.
It's too close to the end.
Someone's going to win it, and 2 people are going to be just short.
Yeah.
And that's football. And that's fine. Havertz cooked Chelsea last night. I like that. So as far as the result, that was good. We put a little bit of scoreboard pressure, which is the thing they say in cricket, on City. We're 4 points clear. Mm-hmm. They've got 2 games in hand, which means if they win them both, they're 2 points clear again. Liverpool are 3 points behind. They got a derby tonight. Then they go away to West Ham at the weekend.
Yeah.
I think it's away to West Ham, actually. Yeah.
I think it is, yeah.
Man, they got 3 away games in a row. And they came through Fulham much better than I anticipated.
Yeah.
I thought that could be a tricky... We talked about in the last couple of weeks, earmarking a couple of games we thought teams might lose.
Yeah.
This week, tomorrow we got the Brighton game with City. Mm-hmm. That's one that we earmarked. I think for Arsenal, everyone earmarked Chelsea, Spurs, and
Man United.
Even
Bournemouth.
We've got through one. Bournemouth, you saw how we played against Villa. If we don't turn up, we don't turn up. And then Liverpool, I've got the 3 away games. And these are the ones that we earmarked. If they get through Everton tonight and then through West Ham, I think they could be the team that win it out. So it's really... It's going to come down to the wire, which is nice. And as an Arsenal fan, all I want is us to not give up anything stupid. I don't want us to do something stupid in the Spurs game where we go from 1-0 to 1-1 at the last minute because of just a mistake. Obviously, we'd have to accept that we're just not ready.
Yeah.
But I'd like this to go a little bit further. I know it's 4 games towards the end for us, but I mean, it just feels... I don't know.
That's the main thing.
I want to be in it at the end because we've never experienced it.
That's what I mean. Winning the league overall would be top.
Yeah.
But being in the conversation, being in the mix, having this going on right to the end, that's fun. Yeah. It's about the journey. The destination is very important, but the journey of enjoying this. Like I haven't enjoyed Arsenal. Last season was fun, but this one with this title race, this is fun.
It's so good. It's such a good watch. Like. I think last year it would be hard to beat the vibes and the team. I think we'll talk about that team from last year forever because it was so unexpected. We kind of were poor and no one expected us to get top 6 and we were in a title race. And we weren't just in a title race, we were well ahead.
Yeah.
And then we just threw it away because they weren't ready for that.
That's the thing. You got enjoying those moments, like knowing what that feels like being ahead by so much last season. We got to enjoy what that feels like to be that comfortable for a little bit, even if it didn't pan out. Yeah. At the minute, we're getting to enjoy the ride of what this is, even if it doesn't pan out. It's enjoying the feeling of what's going on. Same with Coventry at the weekend with the Man United game.
Yeah.
Even though that goal was taken away right at the last second for them with the winner.
Yeah, they got to experience.
They got to experience that feeling of an epic comeback, which it was, and then the feeling of thinking they got the winner. I know it got taken away, but it's rare you get to be in a position to even feel that. For some fans of teams, don't even get to feel that.
They don't even get to go to Wembley.
No, they don't get to go to Wembley. They don't get to enjoy what it feels like to be in a title race.
Mm-hmm.
These are all parts of football. Like, someone's going to win. Only one team can win.
Yeah.
Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, I always say as well is when you win the league, whenever that happens, let's just say we win it this year and we win it the week before the end because City lose 2 and Liverpool lose 1.
Yeah.
And it's officially done the week before.
Yeah.
There's going to be a moment where we're watching a game and they lose and we go, we've won it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to celebrate. And then that's it.
Yeah.
And as amazing as that is, and we want to experience that, what I want to experience is every single week, I want to look forward to watching Arsenal play with an intention that we're probably going to win. Yeah. And then, like this year, we've won 80% of our matches.
Yeah.
That, tell that to an Everton fan.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, yeah, I'd love one season in my lifetime just to watch Everton and they win every week, mainly. Whether they win the league or not, I don't care.
It's a privilege to be in that position.
Yeah, and it's like, at the end of the day, I want to be happy the 51 weeks out of the year, looking forward to Arsenal and then watching a good performance, as opposed to, but then every now and then, but then every other year we just win the league.
Yeah.
But we play badly, but it gets the job done, like a Mourinho type.
Yeah.
Because that feeling lasts for an hour after you win the league, and then you carry on with your life. Yeah. Whereas I want to look forward to the games, and so like I always liken it to the NFL. One team has a good year, 31 teams have a bad year.
Yeah,
that you have to enjoy your team week to week, because that's where the actual true happiness of enjoying the sport is. So I don't know. I want us to win the league because I think they deserve it.
Yeah,
but I mean, whether they do or not, I won't be like super sad. Last year was horrible because the hope that kills you.
Yeah.
But this year, I think it's just knowing that next year we're going to make a couple of signings and we're going to be better than this year.
It's the progression.
Yeah, I can look forward to next year and being in the Champions League again, maybe going one further.
Yeah.
All these things. Under Arteta, having the FA Cup run, where he won the cup, he hasn't had a cup run.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to go to Wembley next year and win a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup. So it's the trajectory that we're on makes it enjoyable to watch week to week, as opposed to just being like, oh yeah, we won the league and then just carrying on with your life. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I just have that feeling. There's a few other things we need to talk about. Your thoughts so far. I've done a couple TikToks about it. Everton.
Yeah.
Everton versus Forest went down at the weekend.
Yeah. Why did something happen?
So Ashley Young decided that day was going to be the day in which he gave away 3 penalties.
Yeah.
And he didn't. So what it is before the match, apparently Forest had gone to the PGMOL MOL and said that the guy on VAR is a Luton fan. We don't feel comfortable with him being on VAR.
Yeah.
They just said, whatever, he's going to be on VAR. Then the match happened where 2 of them should be penalties, but I can see sometimes how they're not. But the last one is just hard to understand how they looked at it and went, nah, they should have had at least one. And almost minutes after the game, they did a statement which essentially said, we informed you before, we were worried about it. Then now the worst thing has happened. We don't trust you. We're going to look into what we're going to do further.
Yeah.
Then the pundits had just an out-of-body experience on TV, and they said, this is disgusting. You don't do this. It's awful. Oh, he's a Luton fan. That's such a childish remark. Here's my comments on this. Yes, to an extent. The other part is 2 years ago, Michael Oliver, in an interview, said, I'm a Newcastle fan. I am not allowed on Sunderland games because of obvious reasons that I could be biased by accident.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's in their heads.
Yeah.
That means refs know that there's a chance.
Yeah.
So therefore, the Luton fan could have been thinking that. So then that has merit to that conversation. Second part is if you're on VAR and you're even thinking remotely anything other than just game,
yeah,
that's a problem. The fact that it's been highlighted is an even bigger problem. The fact that Mark Clattenburg works for Forest and is a part of the reason they released this shows you what refs know.
Yeah.
Because if he felt that was a thing that they should be worried about, probably knows something. The fact that we listen to these VAR audios and they're saying things like, I was looking out for my mate. I didn't want to embarrass my mate with a bat. He got one wrong. They're looking out for each other more than they're looking out for what is the actual rules.
Yeah.
So the merit they have is correct. The tweet is stupid, yeah. And their issue on TV, though, was what you do is you bring your manager out. He has a pop at them. Yeah. He takes the fine. That's how a proper club does it.
Yeah.
Arsenal did this at the start of the season against Newcastle when that goal shouldn't have been allowed.
Disgrace, yeah.
And they tore him apart and said, that's disgusting that he came out and said that about the refs. So they're now saying that was the right thing to do, but at the time they didn't. So how are these teams going to do it? And then there is something to this. The 2 English people, the British people, were like, fall in line. They know what they're doing. That's silly. The French man in Saha was there. He went, but how are they going to get the refs to be better? Because the refs are awful.
Yeah.
So they should be, they have to make a stand.
Yeah.
And they should stand up to it, and they shouldn't bow down and be like, you know what, maybe we'll take that back. Because guess what? They might get relegated. They might lose a load of money. A load of people will lose their jobs. And we'll go, oh, that was unfair, wasn't it? And this is from a French man who they're very big into protesting. They're very much into standing up for what they believe in. It was just interesting. And they really went at Saha and said, that's awful. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. It's like, but I just proved how there's merit to this by proof of a ref saying this in the past. There's a ref working for us who says this could happen.
I understand the stance on a club shouldn't say things like that, because that should be the case.
I think the tweet is what it seems so childish. Like, it's like the owner had his phone and was like, oh, this is awful. It's something that Joe would tweet directly after an Arsenal game.
I would, yeah. But I think there's a stance there. I understand that. I understand the clubs shouldn't say those things. But the problem starts with the officials. The officials are the ones making mistakes. The officials are the ones that are showing bias.
Yeah.
So they're the problem. That's the root, like Saha said, they're the root of the problem in the first place, which is leading the clubs to have to act unprofessionally to get their point across.
Yeah.
Because you can't just keep going forward accepting it. Because we, even as fans, I know we're sometimes biased when like our team plays and something happens and we have an opinion on it. But in reality, you talk to like most normal people that are neutral and they'll say the opposite. Because we do see things that through emotion. But this is so crucial that these officials get this stuff right. It has to be black and white. Yeah. And VAR is supposed to be here to make it black and white. But they're making it grayer.
That's the thing. And I think VAR, if you watched the Arsenal game last night, Nicholas Jackson made one of the worst tackles straight, you know, in the rule book, PGMOL rule book, in the similar that we had a one on Havertz against Wolves that was looked at and cleared. Straight leg, stud showing,
endangering a player,
and the velocity of it like going in, and the repercussions of whatever happens. The Nicholas Jackson had all of that.
Yep.
The sixth one is a scissor motion.
Yep.
Go to Wolves, the one on Havertz. It had all five of them plus the scissor. So it had all six different reasons why a red card would happen. It didn't just have one of them is a red card, by the way.
Yeah.
He had all six. There was nothing.
Yeah.
Nicholas Jackson didn't get any card last night for that tackle.
Well, someone said in the chat just now, VAR didn't even look at it. Apparently they did.
No, they did.
They did, and
cleared
they cleared it.
Which is even worse.
That's where you need explanation.
But I found, I don't know what's changed in VAR, but the level in which to get a red or a penalty at the minute seems a lot higher than it was 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Because Man United, for example, gave away a penalty at the end of that Coventry game that was identical to the one that Forest should have got, the handball.
Yeah.
So on the same day, a VAR team from the same group looked at one and went penalty, the other one and said no penalty.
Yeah.
And again, we've talked about this with the Arsenal one at Newcastle. Did the ball go out of play? Was there a foul? Was it offside? If the ref at any point gave any of them as that, they would never have overruled it.
Yeah.
But because he didn't, they couldn't overrule that.
Yeah.
And then at Villa, it touches Cash's hand onto Havertz's hand. The ref blows up for a foul in real time.
Yeah.
So therefore, they don't have enough to overturn it. But if he did score it, they wouldn't have overturned it to be a no-goal. This is what happened with the Coventry game. He gave a penalty on the field, so therefore VAR couldn't overturn it. In the Forest game, he didn't give a foul, so therefore VAR didn't have enough to overturn it. That is the rule in which I think is ruining it.
Yeah.
Because the ruling is there enough to overturn whatever was given? Shouldn't be. Let everything play on in those situations, like they did with offsides, then let the VAR figure it out. Doesn't matter what the ref thought.
Yeah.
You're the ones with the video screen. I don't care about the integrity of the ref on the field.
They're supposed to be just getting it right.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be black and white. Just tell us the answer.
That's why at this point, Coventry were robbed. Again, I say robbed of a moment. The decision was correct as far as
was it though? Because that line is going over the guy's boot.
I think as an Arsenal fan with the Man United offside that we had with Garnacho, I don't think we're in a place where we could be like, that might be not right, because that might not have been right.
Because even the lines aren't always right.
I said it there. We've had a couple give it against us that have been exactly the same. And I've said every single time, if you look at the one we got against Man United that was positive for us, the ones that we've had against us this year that are negative, and that one against Man United there.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll say is they use the exact same technology for all of them. Whether it goes over his boot, I don't think it is. I think what it is there's a line from his boot down, so it makes it look like a thing.
Yeah.
Again, people could say, because I think people have paused it where ITV paused it and done the lines, and it was as it touches the guy's boot, whereas the one where they got it in the replay, it's a little bit further up his boot.
Yeah.
They don't have the technology to stop it frame by frame.
Yeah.
They can only stop it every 3 frames.
That's a worry.
Which means the difference between 3 frames is offside or onside.
Yeah.
The technology that is guaranteed to come in next year now, has been confirmed, is the sensors. That will take away all of this.
Yeah.
It won't take away the frame thing. The frame thing will be the same, but the sensors will allow you to, there's no lines, it's immediate. And again, whether it's right or not, as long as we're all on the same level playing field of the same technology, we can't complain. That's the problem with things like handball. For example, they said if a ball touches you, then in your hand, that's not a handball.
Yeah.
Cool. But then we go to Stamford Bridge, Saliba headers it onto his own hand, it's a penalty.
Yeah.
Why? You know, if that's not a penalty in every game, cool. When we do it, I'll be like, it's not a penalty because that's the rule. The problem is there's no consistency to their ruling.
No.
Like in rugby, there's rules and they stick to it.
Yep.
People can abide by that. When you don't, if I said to you, I just told you there's 6 things you can get a red card for as far as a tackle. Someone did one with all 6 in this week and they cleared it. But then next week, someone will do one of them and they'll go, yeah, it's a red.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how we're going to get around that, because
unless you have robots or androids
but again, what do you program them with? Because they couldn't even tell them what the rules
it's
were.
not possible.
That's what I mean. They need to actually figure out the rules. And every year there's a new edict. Do you remember at the start of the season, the time wasting thing? So the Community Shield, by the way, there was like 7 yellow cards for time wasting.
Yeah.
Or if you, for example, if you give away a free kick, even if you didn't kick the ball away, you just touched the ball.
Yeah.
That was the immediate yellow card in the Community Shield. The first 2 weeks of the league, that was the thing.
Tommy Asu got a red.
Then a couple weeks later, Tommy Asu got sent off for holding the ball for 6 seconds. Since then, nothing. You can time waste as much as you want. No one cares.
They do that every season.
Yeah, every season there's an edict that starts the season and they just give up with it. So I don't get what they're going to do to make it so we get better decisions, because, you know, the Saka one, against Bayern Munich, people saying he did the Vardy leg. Yeah. But I also watched this weekend in the Bayern Munich El Clasico.
Yeah.
Exact same thing happened, worse.
Yeah.
And it was given, and they were like, yeah, because there's contact. So, you know, the general opinion is, yeah, there's contact. But then there's, oh, no, he let his leg sit there a little bit. Harvey Elliott, that's a penalty a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
That he won. But there was no contact.
No.
But he left his leg in.
Yeah.
But they were like, yeah, but he's just being smart. But Saka's not.
Yeah.
And again, I'm saying that because I watch Arsenal games. I'm not saying it's because Arsenal are hard done by. We've had loads of them. We've had sketchy penalties and got away with a couple. Like, for example, last night, the 3rd goal, Gabriel fouls the guy.
Yeah.
You know, that, you know, it goes both ways. I'm just giving examples based on what I've seen.
Yeah, and every team has it. Every team struggles with this.
And I just think the pundits' idea that teams shouldn't bow up and try and get change, or they should do it in a different way. But then earlier in the season, when teams did what they said they should do, they tore that apart as well. It just feels like they're finding any reason to be like, stop making a fuss. And it doesn't help that Sky is, you know, a paid partner to the PGMOL.
Yeah.
And they have to get the edict out.
There's a narrative.
And there's a narrative, because when you watch La Liga and things like that in other countries, the punditry after the games is very minimal.
Yeah.
The punditry before is very minimal. People turn up, turn on the TV, watch a game, and then turn it off and carry on with their life.
Yeah.
In this country, there's 7 hours of them arguing, and they're arguing purposely to create numbers and views on YouTube. But the thing is, in amongst all that, they know they're wrong. It's like me going, you know the 3 Ashley Young tackles?
Yeah.
Perfect tackles. None of them are fouls.
Yeah.
And you go, are you serious?
Yeah.
And we're doing it just because we want TikTok views. But the worst part is millions of people watch it, and then millions of people then decide what side they're on.
Yeah.
But the people didn't even believe what they were saying.
Well, social media runs a lot of it.
Yeah, it's literally creating an idea. And that's, I genuinely think, why rugby is so much better for it. Because, yeah, of course, the viewership is lower, but I mean, the punditry around it is very minimal.
Yeah.
There's no people trying to make clickbaity videos and stuff. So
it's not even like social media heavy like football is. Like, football is talked about everywhere. I think my girlfriend this week, after the Arsenal game, I think noticed on her social media there was so much football related content coming through her social media just off the back of the Arsenal game being on.
Yeah.
That she said to me, she's like, why is there so much football everywhere? Like, and I said, it's because it's everywhere. Like, it's the biggest sport in the world.
Yeah.
You can't avoid it.
It is, and it doesn't help in English football. That's why the managers and Xhaka left to go win a Bundesliga, and he said, "I just couldn't do another year with the English media."
Yeah,
he was like, "I can't. I want to play football. I want to work hard, play football, and then live my life.
Yeah,
I don't want to be having to do an interview every 10 minutes. I don't want to have arguments with people. I don't want to be put on live TV and have arguments with pundits. I don't want pundits to rip into me. So I don't know." There is some that I think is the root of all of this problem.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when everyone then realizes that, they then bow up again and go, "You shouldn't be saying that." So it's a vicious cycle. We've talked about the Everton Forest situation. We've talked about Arsenal and Chelsea last night. We talked a little bit about the title race. The last thing I want to talk about, we mentioned the Coventry Man United game, and as far as the celebration police of Anthony, particularly, I don't cupping the ears. I think it's like, come on. But I mean, Coventry aren't National League One.
They're making out that they're very much a lower league team.
It's a championship team that are trying to get back in the Premier League, who lost a playoff final last year. And as for me growing up, Coventry are a massive team. They're a almost Forest-sized team.
Well, to get yourself to the FA Cup semi-final,
you've got to be good.
You've got to be pretty good.
And not just that, to score 3 goals against the Premier League team.
Yeah.
So the idea that they weren't allowed to celebrate and they just had to kind of walk off embarrassed is mad.
Yeah.
It's a semi-final. Enjoy it. So,
I think it's the way...
I know we all want to jump on Man United, but I mean, come on.
I think it's definitely more based on the way it all happened, though. I mean, for a Premier League team the size of Man United being 3-0 up in a semi-final against Coventry.
Yeah, if it was 0-0, though, and they scored a late goal, everyone would have been like, yeah, it's a great late goal.
That's what I mean. It's very much context. Like, I think the fact that they dropped 3 goals in the last 20 minutes of that game, being Man United, they should be doing that in the first place.
Yeah.
Then to nearly losing it by a margin, then to going all the way to penalties against his team, I think that it's a culmination of all those things. I think that team shouldn't...
Yeah, but
they should feel somewhat embarrassed just based on the fact that they dropped a 3-0 lead with 20 minutes to go in an FA Cup semi-final for it to go all the way to penalties and just about win. But like, that's not a situation where you should be getting out of hand. I mean, I'm not going to chastise the celebrating because, again, it's an FA Cup semi-final. Not many players, like those players might not get to that again. So they have to enjoy the moment. They've got to an FA Cup final, even through penalties. It's all very exciting for the players.
Yeah.
But also, I do commend the players that understood the situation, read the room.
Like Maguire.
Yeah, and that's the way you should probably do it in that moment, is go to the players, say, thank you for the game. Very good game. Move on.
I know what you mean. It's tough. This week, I'll be having Bruno, the Man United supporter, on the podcast to do a little bonus, kind of retrospective of the year, because we did one at the start of the season, how he felt, what things he needed to change. I'm going to re-listen to that, and then I'm going to have an interview with him this week. And kind of see where he's at and what's changed and
I like hearing
what hasn't
from other
changed.
fans.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want to hear from other fans. I don't want to just hear Arsenal, or just bias or anything like that. So
yeah, because like we said, if you're just tuning in now, we're positively Arsenal, but we do try to be positive about football in general.
Yeah,
and we are Arsenal fans. That is the main thing. But we do try and just talk about football as a whole, what we think. So
for sure,
positively football.
And we're going to be back after this short break from SeatGeek, where we're going to do Prediction League. So enjoy this advert from SeatGeek.
Shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring. We recently became a brand ambassador for them. SeatGeek is a ticket app that takes the confusion out of buying tickets. They have a 0 to 10 score on each ticket to know if you're getting a good or bad deal. Green is good, red is bad. Plus, our listeners get $20 off their first ticket purchase with our code TBA Wrestling. Click the link in the description to download the app. Remember code TBA Wrestling. Thanks again to SeatGeek.
Thank you, SeatGeek, and welcome back to the show. We are doing the Prediction League for the Premier League this week. We have games tonight, games tomorrow night, and then we have a weekend full of games. So if you're following along, Simon's on 130. I'm on 136. Joe's on 145. We are not calculating last week's grouping of how many games? 8 games. So there's going to be a 23 games as of next week that we can add to the Prediction League. Just as it's getting to the end, we want to make it more exciting. So there could be a bigger swing of points, or Joe takes a bigger lead.
Is it best that I predict these first now?
Yes,
at
I think
this
so.
point,
When you're in the lead, yeah.
Because otherwise, I could park the bus quite easily.
Scoreboard pressure.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is start with Wolves versus Bournemouth. In the TikTok chat. Let us know what you think of each of these,
Yeah.
just so we can kind of get an idea of where everyone thinks.
And Tom, if you're in there,
if you're in there, we need you for the Arsenal game. Wolves versus Bournemouth.
That's a good game. Gary O'Neill derby there.
Yeah.
I think both teams, Wolves very good, Bournemouth very good as well, but they're a bit hit and miss. I am going to go with Wolves for this one, just because I think they're just a stronger team than Bournemouth. I think Gary O'Neill is a better coach.
Kai said 3-1 Wolves in the chat, and Kuna and Hwang are back, I believe.
Nice. Yeah, that's definitely a Wolves win. I don't know if we're doing scores this week, are we, or we just predicting winners?
No, we'll just do winners.
Yeah, I'm going to back Wolves for that one.
Cool. So Joe's going Wolves. I'm also going to go Wolves. I think I really like Wolves. I think they've just been missing a lot of players. They were really good against us, but they just didn't have any kind of forward ability. But I mean, with Cunha coming back and Hwang, he wasn't fully fit for the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like Wolves. I think Bournemouth, we might have, people thought they were going to get relegated the first 6-7 weeks. And then we all got caught on the Solanke train. And then we're kind of going back, not towards relegation, but I think they're just hit or miss. I think Solanke turns up and they get a couple goals. And then some weeks, they're just not the team.
Solanke's still about 5th in the Golden Boot race as well. He's up
there.
Yeah,
he's done he's had a great season.
I think Kluivert's coming into his own a bit as well.
Yeah. Another couple good teams, Palace versus Newcastle.
That's a good game.
That is a very good game because...
Talk about a good coach.
Yeah, Palace, that change of manager, man, he's got them playing well. And again, he's had the ability this week to play Elise, Eze and Mateta together, which they haven't through injury at all.
Yeah.
So when you get to see that, you realise how good they can be. And this week, they completely destroyed West Ham, which is probably the end of Moyes now. But Palace, obviously, they're going to come mid-table.
Yeah.
They're a really good side. They've come into their own. Annoyingly for their fans, they're finally getting to see that group together. But they're probably going to lose one or two of those pieces in the summer.
Yeah.
Against Newcastle, who have had, with all the injuries, had a massive resurgence. And they're still looking for top 4.
Yeah.
And it's not out of the realms of possibility. And we've got a 2-2 in the chat. Also in a Newcastle. What do you think?
I'm going to go for a Palace win. Because I think Palace are going from strength to strength. Do we know where this coach came from?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't want to sound like I don't know football.
But he's someone I'm not fully aware of
in
the world of football.
Yeah.
And he's come out of nowhere and really got his hands on this Palace team.
Yeah.
I think Palace are going strength to strength. I think that'll be a Palace win. Draw is fair, though.
I think a draw is fair. I'm going draw. I just think Palace's form, Newcastle's form, I just can't see a team winning that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a really good game now. It'd be the game that I'd watch tonight if I could. In the group, we got a Spurs fan on TikTok says, came to say Odegaard is unreal. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
He's been really good for us this year. And if you weren't on already, we got asked a question here in the TikTok, which was before the show, which was, if as an Arsenal fan, is there anyone you would take from Spurs? And we mentioned the goalie, Ndogi, and Son.
Yeah, Kulevski as well, maybe.
I really liked Maddison. I think he's been good this year. He's just had the injuries have been
there's some good players in there.
There's some really good. Kulevski's a really good player.
Yeah.
The next game is Man United versus Sheffield United. I don't want to talk about this too long. Sheffield United this week, losing to Burnley at home. That's curtains for Sheffield United. I think their heads are down now.
Yeah.
I think Burnley have a very small chance of staying up now. Yeah. If they had won the 2 weeks before, they got 2 draws that they messed up themselves.
Yeah.
4 points difference from right now. They'd be just outside. It's
I think
crazy.
They've lost that fight that they were showing for a little bit there.
Burnley are going to have another fight. If they lose this week, I think they're officially gone.
Yeah.
We got a 0-0 in halftime, 2-0 Man United by the end.
Yeah.
And another Man United. I'm going to go Man United. I'm going to go, I think it is.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go Man United as well. I think even though Man United won, obviously, against Coventry, they're going to have to bounce back with a good performance here because that was not a good performance in the end. Man United win all day.
Cool. The pick of the bunch tonight is Everton versus Liverpool Merseyside derby.
Oh, yeah.
As far as this game goes, I'm not going to give my winner necessarily, but yet.
Yeah.
But I think Everton are going to be really up for this. Liverpool don't have the world's best record at Goodison under Klopp, but they do win a lot. But I just think Liverpool, the problem with Liverpool is I think they create too many chances.
Yeah.
That Everton won't be able to deal with.
Yeah.
They're just so intense. We got a Liverpool 3-1. Yeah, I could see this being similar to the Fuller game, where it's kind of a tight first half.
Yeah.
And then Liverpool just become too much.
Yeah.
2-1 Liverpool in there. Joe, what are you going?
I'm going to go draw.
Oh.
I'm not going to say an Everton win. I'm going more with my heart than my head on this one.
Yeah, you're just hoping.
But I'm just hoping, and I think Everton will put up a hell of a fight, and I think they'll frustrate Liverpool in this one.
I'm going to go draw.
No.
No, I'm going to go Liverpool, sorry. Did you go draw?
I went draw.
Yeah, so I was looking at the wrong one. I'm going to go Liverpool. Again, similar to what I just said, I think Liverpool just have too much for Everton. You watched the way Everton played at Chelsea, and they lost 5 or 6-0, I believe. I can't see if Chelsea created that many chances, and they, and the thing is, Everton had a great defensive record up until that game. And Everton winning against Forest is such a giant win for them.
Yeah.
That I can't see them winning 2 times in a week and one of them being against Liverpool. That's how I think.
Yeah, I can't see an Everton win, but you never know.
2-0 Everton in the group. Jota back in form. Jota is away now for 3 games.
Is he?
Yeah, he's out.
Ooh.
Might be out for the season.
Ooh.
70 mins and run away with it. Yeah, it just feels that way. You get to 70 minutes, might be tight, and then all of a sudden just chance. They just spam chances and crosses, and it just that pressure builds. And
if you shoot enough times, you're going to hit the target.
Not many teams can deal with it. They hardly lose Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
When you actually look at their record over the last 4 or 5 years.
Strong.
Very rarely lose. They do draw though. So let's just hope. The next game is another hope. Is tomorrow night, Brighton versus Man City. So again, before the show, we talked about the games you earmark.
Yeah.
This is one of the City games with the Spurs game that I could see them dropping points.
Yeah.
I would massively, they've got Forest this week as well.
Mm-hmm.
To draw one of them,
or
to lose one of them and win the other, I'm absolutely fine with. Just some kind of drop points. We've got a 3-2 City in there, got a 3-2 Brighton in there. It depends what Brighton turn up, because Brighton, we blew them away 3-0 a few weeks ago. But they've also been so troublesome to Liverpool down in Brighton.
They do push teams.
Foden and Haaland did not train yesterday.
Okay.
3-1 for Man City from West Ham transfer news.
Wait, Trossard going back to Brighton on loan tomorrow to do over Man City.
That'd be helpful. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm going to go draw. I'm going to go first. I'm just going to throw it in there.
Yeah.
Again, like you did with the Liverpool game, I think I'm just hopeful.
I think I'm going to go draw as well.
Okay.
I'm thinking more with my heart than my head on these games, but I feel like at this stage of the season, I have to.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man, this week is such a big week because again, we've got the Spurs game, which I think is the real big drop points potential.
Yeah.
They've got a couple games. If all the teams come through it, I just don't know what's going to happen. Someone's going to drop off this by this time next week when we're doing this podcast. Someone's dropped off slightly.
That's terrifying.
And I don't know who it is. It could be any one of the 3.
Woo!
I really believe one of the team will do. The next game is West Ham versus Liverpool. We're now at the weekend.
Okay.
I genuinely think this is a West Ham win.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah. You know what?
West Ham midday. It's a weird one.
I'm gonna go West Ham as well because I'm thinking with my heart over my head here.
Mm-hmm.
But I do, if I'm being positive about this, and if I'm going to stick with Arsenal not being the one dropping points, I feel like Liverpool are the ones to drop points this week.
Yeah.
And I think it will be a draw with Everton and a loss to West Ham.
That's the season, isn't it?
I think it will come undone this week for Liverpool.
That'd be mad.
Because like you said it before, they're replicating what we did last season.
Yeah, Kudus hat trick in the chat. We got Dopes from, I assume, someone who's a Liverpool fan. Again, we're going hopeful here.
Yeah.
Most likely Liverpool just win them both because, like I said just a minute ago, Liverpool don't really lose.
Well, chances are all 3 teams at the top are going to just win out. But if we're being positive and hopeful, that's what I'm going with.
The thing is, as an Arsenal fan, I know we're not going to win out. So I'm just hoping that no one else does.
Realistically, yeah, we're the ones that won't win out.
All right, the next game we've got Wolves versus Luton. Luton, I said a few weeks ago that I really thought that once they get to these home games at the end, they're going to probably win enough to just, potentially stay safe. The way they were against Brentford at home is completely killed that thought for me. In the chat from photography by Jason Asby, 2-1 Luton.
Photography by Jason Asprey. He's been in it before.
Has he?
Yeah, he's a regular.
Hey, we don't. Mentality will kill Liverpool potentially. We've got Luton 3-0. I'm actually going to go for. I'm going to go Wolves. I'm happy with that.
I think it'd be a draw.
Okay.
I think it'd be a good game, but I think it'd be a draw. I think Luton will push Wolves to a limit, and they're battling now to hang on. So I think they'll get a point out of that one.
Yeah. The next game is Fulham versus Palace.
Fun London game.
Oh, this is a toughie. Oh, that's tough because Fulham, they were really disappointing against Liverpool, I thought.
Yeah.
There was a spell they had, but I think overall they were quite disappointing.
Yeah.
Palace are on the up. Fulham are on the slight decline, but they're about the same.
Yeah.
Because of that, I'm going to go draw.
Yeah, I was going to go draw, but I'm going to play devil's
Yeah, go on.
advocate, I think, and I'm going to back Fulham on that one.
Okay.
I think Palace will get the win against Newcastle, and then I think they'll lose a bit of steam with that one.
We've got 0-0s in the chat. Fulham for 7th. That would be a very good season for them.
Yeah.
We pronounced James Asbury. Oh, is that what people say? Asbury. Asby. What did I say? 3-2 Palace from HK. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with the draw. The next game is Newcastle Sheffield United. Again, like I said, I think Sheffield United's heads are gone. I think this is Newcastle. This could be a 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think these couple games are the end for Sheffield United, and I'm going to go Newcastle as well.
If you remember, they won 9-0, I believe, away.
Yeah. I think they'll bounce back from the loss to Palace, in my opinion.
Ian Dapper Derby, 4-0. Next week, by the way, this is a huge week for Man United because they have Sheffield United at home and then Burnley at home.
Wow. That could be more favourable.
Yeah. Newcastle 4-1 in the chat. This is a big week for Man United. They need 6 points. They need the big 6 point a week because I think that is the difference. If Arsenal could beat Spurs and they were to get 6 here, they're the ones that are going to be pushing Villa. And if we look across, Villa have Chelsea. So, I mean, this could be a big week for Man United, reaching a final, then 6 points, and then Villa dropping points. There's a chance. There's still a chance. But we'll see. But I'm going to go Man United.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go Man United on that one as well. I don't see any other outcome there.
Man United will only get 4 points out of the next 2. Potentially. Villa won't lose that. We'll be getting to that in a second. Yeah, it does feel that way. They're so good at home, Villa. The next game is Everton versus Brentford. I'm not going to talk about that game.
Okay.
I thought Brentford were really good against Luton.
Yeah.
But I think that's a draw.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're supposed to be going first, but
I'm going to go Brentford to win that one.
Okay.
I think Brentford will win. I think Everton will put too much into the Liverpool game.
The next game is now Villa versus Chelsea, and HK believes Villa will fall off. Which team do you dislike in the Premier League? It's Spurs.
Yeah.
Villa, Chelsea. Villa are so good at home. If Cole Palmer is available again, which I believe he should be, unknown Callum says 4-0 to Villa. I don't know if Chelsea will have enough. What do you think?
I think Villa might be too organised for Chelsea in the same way that we were too organised for Chelsea. I think the way Emery sets it out, Chelsea are going to get blown away a little bit in that one, I think. Okay. I think there'll be a few goals, but I think Villa will be too strong.
So you're going Villa?
Villa.
I'm going Chelsea.
Okay.
I think this could be... Chelsea seem to do a thing where they're very good and then they're very bad.
Yeah.
This could be the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
They're bad this week. They were good last week. Maybe they were good this week.
Yeah.
Chelsea will win from HK. BSR feel physically sick for the North London derby. Praise win. I know. I do as well. That game I don't enjoy.
No.
Because I want to win it so bad. But with the added panic of a Premier League, it's just madness.
And the fact they could be responsible for knocking us off, that's a nightmare.
Yeah. Someone's brought up the 115 charges. I don't know. When's that going to come in? Who's coming to the Prem next season? I think it will be Leicester and Ipswich.
Yeah.
For sure. And then you would assume what am I blanking? Who's the other team in the top race? What's just throwing me off there? Not Saints. Another team. Oh, that's completely.
I can't remember who's pushing.
That's throwing me right off. It might be Saints.
Saints are pushing.
Yeah, but I don't
take it. That's 3.
I don't want Saints.
3 old school teams up in the Premier League again. Why not?
Leeds. Sorry, thank you, Callum. I think Leeds will win the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I think because Ipswich have that game in hand, if they win it, they'll be top. So you like City more than Spurs? Yes.
Yeah. The Arteta connection, you know?
Yeah, the next game. I don't mind City. They're big cheaters and they won't get out of the way for other teams to win. Bournemouth versus Brighton.
Okay. South Coast derby, why not? I think Bournemouth have a little bit more to offer than Brighton do sometimes, so I'm going to go Bournemouth win.
Okay. I'm going to go draw here. There's not much to talk about. Obviously, when we get to 2 teams in a week, Southampton lost 5-0 last night. Yeah, that was a worry for them because I think they'll obviously be in the playoffs, but I think they might lose. We got Brighton 3-3. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like a high score draw.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're going to skip a game, which was the North London derby, to go to Forest City.
That's a big last 2 games there.
Forest City. This is the game that caused City a lot of troubles last year.
Yeah.
They drew this 1-1. Forest, it really depends because they just lost to Everton.
Mm-hmm.
To expect them to get anything out of Man City after that is mad.
Yeah.
But they do have game changers. Morgan Gibbs-White, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Origi. They have a couple players. Elanga, I think, is really good.
I think they get up for these big games.
Yeah, they could. Counter-attack is what they want.
Yeah.
And City are going to give them that. But I think I do think City are going to win that.
I'm going to play devil's advocate with my heart a little bit. Draw. I'm going to go draw.
Okay.
So I've got 2 draws in a week there for City.
Yeah. Thing is, Joe's going just hoping.
Yeah, so, I'm trying to just put the positive vibes out there, you know.
Elsker. I am Norwegian. I like Odegaard. Norway is a lovely country.
Hello, Norway.
But like another team, that's fair. I bet you like Haaland. Forest always being robbed. They should have had 3 penalties and having a Luton fan in charge of VAR. Yeah, we've just spoken about that. It's a bit tough. The Prem does need leads in there. So we're at the last game. It's Spurs versus Arsenal, the North London derby, with more riding on it than there has been in a very long time. Spurs I believe they've had a good gap. They didn't play last weekend. They didn't play midweek, so this will be 14 days, I believe.
Yeah,
since they last played. I can't remember what their last game was. I'm just looking for it.
Newcastle away.
Yeah, and they got hammered.
Yeah,
but they've had a long old gap in between.
To think about it.
You would think because Arsenal are playing every 3 days that's bad because we're going to be knackered. I think it can go that way, but there's also another line of thinking, which is you're in rhythm.
Yeah.
This Spurs might need a game to get back into rhythm because we've had gaps where we come back looking jolty and kind of there's no chemistry. It takes a couple games, or they've done what we did in Dubai.
Yeah.
And they come back the best team in the world. So I really don't know. At Spurs, we do struggle. I know we've won 1 there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's weird. Jonesy says 5-0, 2-2 from Dorsey. If I was predicting, let's say it was Spurs versus Newcastle at Spurs, I would go Newcastle because Spurs aren't as good at home as they are away.
Yeah.
But because it's us, I just don't know. Because the derby changes everything. They take away all the stats, take away all the form. Derbies change everything.
It's a one-off game. It's a derby, and it's also very much a title decider at this point.
Yeah, so. And they're desperate for top 4. So they need this.
It's a hell of a battle.
It's just going to be so. Everything in me thinks it's a draw. I think this is a 2-2 draw. But I have to put my name above Arsenal, and I assume you are the same, Joe.
Arsenal.
But I think if my head is talking, I think it's a draw.
Do you know what?
We do give up a lot of very clear chances and seem to be getting a bit lucky with it.
Yeah,
and that worries me because Son, you can't do that. I think he's too potent.
With the nerves of being an Arsenal fan, especially against Tottenham, and at this point in the season. But if you look at it, we've got obviously Man United and Tottenham coming up.
Mm-hmm.
If we just perform the way we know we can perform, like we did last night,
yeah,
maybe not as slapdash as the first half,
yeah,
but the same way, there's no reason we can't beat Man United and Tottenham. There's no reason.
I know what you mean.
Unless the players just obviously don't turn up,
yeah,
or like the game plan is just off, or Tottenham rattle us.
We got Ian Dappy Darby from Wolves. Says 3-1 you guys. HK says midfield battle. We will win the game. Arsenal, that is.
Yeah.
As a Spurs fan, I don't think we'll turn up. It's just what we are used to. We were used to. It's really interesting from a Spurs. I'd love to hear from a Spurs perspective.
Yeah.
How confident do you feel? Do you feel like now we've got them when we're at home? Because you drew with us at ours when we were in good form, and Jorginho gave away if I remember correctly, just gave the ball away in the halfway.
Yeah.
And Jesus had a couple chances early that he just didn't score. The Tottenham Stadium will play a part of the game. I'm not confident from a Spurs fan. HK very, very confident. I don't know. I don't know like if you speak to a Spurs fan who aren't kind of and Doggy is out for the season.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think team-wise, I don't know what he's going to play. I really do feel
it could go either way. It could be we get caught up in the moment of what it is.
Yeah.
And just don't show up, get nervous, like we did against Bayern in the second game. Nervous on the ball, don't want to make a mistake. Then they just somehow figure it out and Timo Werner scores.
Yeah. Charlie says Spurs are going to go full out for that game, nervous as hell. Yeah, I think it's their cup final because this gets them back into the race for top 4 while beating a massive rival, and they got the added bonus of knowing this could derail us winning a league. And again, this is a league season that could come down to whether Spurs get a point out of City, gives Arsenal a title. They do not want that. They do not want that. I wouldn't want that situation. If City and Tottenham were going at it and we had to play City, I don't know how I'd feel about beating them and then Tottenham winning the league.
It is a cup final.
It is.
Like for both sets of players, this will be played like a cup final.
It's tough as well because we got Spurs, and then we got Bournemouth at home, and then we got Man United away, and then we got Everton at home, who could be fighting for it on the last day. Honestly, the more I talk about it, the more nervous I get. Tottenham fan says I would let City win. I think I would feel the exact same way the other way around. The professional football players will not think.
They won't be thinking.
They couldn't care less. I'm sure they'd just be like, no, we want top 4 and we want to beat who we can beat and prove a point.
Yeah.
I feel so nervous even thinking about it. I don't want to think about it anymore. But that is the end of the show. So if you've joined us on TikTok, we're Gunners Are Us Podcast. Give us a follow. We are live every single Wednesday at 10 a.m. GMT. The podcast goes up about midday GMT. In the next hour or so, this podcast will be live on iTunes and Spotify. This week, I'll figure out to get to Amazon Music, which is the new one, because Google Pods is on its way out. So if you haven't already, please go give that a subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Download the episodes, put us on automatic download, 5 stars reviews, let your friends know, all that kind of stuff. If you've just joined us here, we talk about all the Premier League. We're not overly biased, I like to think. We're obviously Arsenal fans. And we've got the prediction league, so you can get involved in that every single week. It's coming to an end of the season. It's quite sad, really, because it's been a really enjoyable season. I don't remember where it's all gone.
Yeah, that's why we said we should enjoy the ride, because we're in the ride right now, all the way to the end. So we'll enjoy it while it's here.
Yeah, TikTok, we're going to be staying with you for a couple more minutes, but the podcast is about to end. So we'll see you next week, next Wednesday, when hopefully Arsenal are still top.
And we're positively Arsenal.
Joe, do you have an outro?
I do.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's happened before. Spurs have held guard on North London. Arsenal invaded and painted North London red. This Sunday, we will do the same again when we move Spurs to the side, show the world that North London is in fact still red. London is in fact red, and the Premier League is also red. What do we think of Tottenham? Come on, Arsenal!
Yeah,